Gardening is an important element in our retirement lifestyle. In saying that, the garden maintains the bird and the bee population that we so richly need and enjoy. We draw a tremendous amount of pleasure watching them in their daily activities. The fountain we built is a much needed element that helps support our ecosystem. The fountain serves as a beautiful garden centerpiece, enhancing our outdoor decor. The fountain has a major attraction for both bees and birds. The fountain draws a variety of birds and beneficial insects such as bees and butterflies. Birds like wrens, finches, warblers, nuthatches, hummingbirds, house sparrows, and chickadees enjoy our fountain. The fountain sounds and the moving water attract the birds. The sound is very enticing and alluring. The birds use the fountain for both drinking and for grooming. The ring of rocks that we have on the fountain perimeter give the bees an excellent perch to enjoy the water as it flows across the formations. The outside concrete base of the fountain gives the smaller birds a perch for access to the water. The interesting feature of this fountain is the fine film of water that flows over the globe. It's very quiet and unassuming, and that might be why so many attractive birds are come to our yard. The top of the fountain is utilized by the birds to boldly bathe and refresh themselves. It's quite comical watching their antics. The bumblebees require a water source, and we believe the increased attraction of the bumbles to our garden is the result of this fountain. The wet rock gives the bees an excellent base from which to drink. So please continue to watch this video and I will show you how we construct our fountain. So let's get started. To begin, you should find a suitable bowl that fits your fountain size. The size will depend on your bowl mold. You will need to purchase some pre-mixed cement to construct all the components of the fountain. The fountain will need a low-flow circulating pump that can be purchased at any garden supply store. The fountain bowl utilizes a large diameter bowl with a 4 to 5 inch depth. A 10-inch length of 3/8 diameter hose will be needed to hook up to the circulating pump, and a tube of cement glue to attach the base to the bowl is needed as well. You'll need short lengths of 1/2 inch pipe to place under the dome to elevate the dome. The spacers keep the rocks from entering the pump cavity. And finally, you will need a bag of 1.5 inch rocks to place around the dome to act as a perch for the bees and the birds. Another suggestion that would be an asset, as we discovered by accident, is get a piece of foam cushion material and place it around the pump cavity to act as a filter to keep the debris from plugging the small screens. So when you get your bowl, drill a 1/2 inch hole in the bowl in the bottom and place a 3/8 rubber hose through the hole. The hose should be long enough to reach the pump, so extra length may be a good idea to get so you can trim it to fit. The hose is inserted flush to the top of the bowl, and the fountain pump cavity is made by cutting 3 by 4 by 2.5 inch styrofoam block. Drill a 1/2 inch hole in the block and insert the hose in flush with the top of the bowl. Pour the concrete and tap the mold to remove the air bubbles. The foam block is removed once the concrete is set. Remove the bowl mold when the concrete is set and trim the hose flush with the top of the dome. Notice the bowl's bottom has a cavity indent. The concrete fountain base is made by using the base of an old plastic urn as a mold. Pour the concrete into the mold and tap to remove air bubbles. The main concrete bowl, fountain bowl, is made by using two large bowls as molds. The concrete is poured, 3 inches thick between the two bowls, and I used a heavy weight to keep the top mold bowl in place while the concrete set. With the components completed now, it's time to assemble the fountain. Glue the bowl of the fountain to the base using concrete glue. I used PL 9000 glue with good results. Attach the fountain pump to the hose. Put a ring of foam around the pump, and that works like a filter to keep debris out of the small screen on the pump. Set the top dome on the 4-inch spacer pipe and 3/4-inch spacer pipes, and set that around inside the bowl to set the dome on. The spacers keep the rocks from falling into the lower pump cavity. Fill the outside of the bottom of the dome perimeter with 1.5-inch rock to the top of the bowl. Well, that's it. That's the construction of a backyard water fountain. We'd like to thank you for showing an interest in the construction of our fountain. The project was fun to make. My wife and I really enjoyed making it, and we truly enjoyed watching the daily activity of this backyard water feature. Thank you.